Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your Astroflower reading. This is going to be a reading on the elements and the qualities that are flowing through your Astroflower, and also the elements and the qualities of the season that we're going into. So we're just starting off in Aquarius season and how their elements and qualities actually affect you within their flower. So if you don't know anything about the Astroflower, please go into the link below and you will see an introductory video there. There'll be links on the introductory video. There's also links to our books that we will have available. I don't think every single one is available as yet, but we're getting them out as quick as we possibly can. So it will give you a heads up on how this Astroflower is put together over 30 years of working as an energy healer and seeing over 15,000 people as clients. I've tried to develop a tool that helps everybody to orientate their life or sort of create a sort of intuition within themselves according to the vibrations that are around us. So it's a really logical, practical tool that you can find in the books and etc. We also have our sister channel called Somatic TV, which is also linked below, and that goes into the vibrations that are coming through from the sun, which also affects your elements and your qualities and stuff like that. So it will be linked in the description below. It'd be good if you can go and sort of have a look at that and see how your elements and qualities are being affected. So without further ado, let's get into your reading. As you can see here, this is your Astroflower with the Aquarius behind it. So your Astroflower is the yellow and the Aquarius is the grayed out elements and qualities that are just behind you. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be going into the spiritual side and the material side of your life and how they combine together and where you should be putting the emphasis on in your life at the moment, or help you to put the emphasis in your life at the moment, and also strengthen your weaknesses. So if we just have a quick look on the spiritual side of life, you have your cardinal earth, which is at the base of your flower. Yes, you are a water sign, but you do have a lot more earth in your sign than actual water. And so you have that cardinal earth at the base of your flower, and that's combined with fixed water. I couldn't quite see it there. Fixed water underneath. So, and on the other side, you have that cardinal air, which comes in from Libra, and that's running across your own cardinal, the cardinal water of Capricorn. So those two things are confronting each other at the moment. You will have the benefit of the doubt, as it were. So basically, the universe is sort of saying the emotions that the universe is going to be giving you through that cardinal water will sort of help you to bring in new ideas from the universe according to your karmic path. And then therefore your water, which is on fixed fire as far as I can see. Hang on a second, let me just have a quick look at that, because I don't want to get it wrong. But it's on that fixed fire. Sorry, I do apologize. On that fixed fire. So basically, the universe is offering you that sort of constant passion, which you will be able to, within you and your flower, will be able to give as much earth or much fuel to that fire as needed. Yeah, to actually go on. You are actually in your second sign of your summer. Yes, I know it's winter out there in the Northern Hemisphere, but for you personally, it's according to when your birthday is, but you'll find that all out when you get the Astroflower books. You're actually in your summer, so it's a case of making hay while the sun shines in your life, as it were. So you may feel very vibrant at the moment. You'll start getting all the fruits of your last year, so the year before your birthday, that's coming to... will be coming to a sort of a fruition at the end of this summer. So should be collecting those sort of fruits and being sort of very positive about the future, looking at sort of doing the second seeding before you get into your autumn and winter season. So There may be new plans bubbling up on the surface at the moment, which would be very encouraging to look at and also deal with or sort of invest in. On your karmic path, and this is on petal 2, you have the mutable fire and mutable earth, and that is on the cardinal fire that is in Aquarius at the moment, which comes from Aries, and the mutable air that comes through from Sagittarius in Aquarius. So air on earth, both of them being mutable, it's not being so fixed within your thinking, so on your karmic path, not so being so hard with yourself at the moment, being adaptable, have that ability to change directions or adapt to the times at the moment, but all the time having all that passion for that karmic path you should be going towards. And this is on the spiritual path. Okay, so above that you have petal 5, and on petal 5 you have that mutable fire and air at the base. Well, mutable fire and a cardinal air at your base. So you've got that roaring fire at the base of you, very passionate people about the spiritual side of life, getting involved in your emotions and stuff like that. And then at the top, you have your cardinal water, which is of you, of course, and the mutable earth of Virgo. So, and in the middle of that, you have that crossing point between Aries and Capricorn. So there is quite a bit of fire, and it is the converting, the heating of the water, the emotions, and turning it into something concrete. So within your petal 5, and this is where your guides are trying to help you to sort of materialize your karmic path on the spiritual sort of front, they're sort of helping you to sort of convert those emotions into concrete action within your life. Being absolutely clear with the direction you're taking and putting stakes in the ground in regards to emotions. So this may be declarations of love between two people. It might be just a case of having a dance or spending some physical time, some good time with some friends of yours, and etc. So this is what it should be for you at the moment, because that fire and that air is going to end up as being something very productive, because the universe has got that similar sort of action going on within that petal. So, I would get out there and get mixing with other people and allow the universe to sort of provide for you in the way of emotional sort of treats and directions. The petal above that is your subconscious. This is where your guides help you to realize how you should be doing things within yourself. So that's that conversation that you have within ourselves. At the base of that, you have that mutable fire, mutable earth and mutable air. So, it's a little bit of the give and take, which was down in your karmic path as well. And it might go a little bit quickly, and it should be coming along quickly at the moment, especially with that water and that earth in the middle of this petal, which is reflecting the water and the earth on the outside of your petal. Although it is cardinal earth in the middle, it's helping you to turn your emotions into something concrete. So it should help you in your thinking and be clearer in your thinking to move quickly and swiftly to where you should be going, or what you should be experiencing emotionally and spiritually within your life. If we look at the physical side of your life, you have that, yet again, that cardinal earth, but this time it's mixed with cardinal fire from Aries. So in that aspect of it all, you've got enough passion for the physical side of life. You always do, and you always will have. Your crab. The crab is always building a new home, and etc. Between tides. So you have that passion that the universe installs in you, encourages you. That's what petal 4 is all about. The universe encouraging your karmic path. And then on your karmic path in petal 3, you have the fixed fire and fixed air, and that is a case of where you like your passions to be constant, and you like things to be persistent and squared off and organized within you. And on that, you have fixed air, and you get that double fixed air just above it, which we'll go into in a second. The fixed air on fixed earth. So it's asking you to be clear and concrete about your karmic path and the material world of what you get involved in. It's good to get involved in and get infused by the encouragements from the universe which is around you, but at the same time, it's sort of saying to you, be clear that there is a cutoff point of all of that enthusiasm. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Just move on. It's fine. And that's mixed with that sort of mutable water on fixed fire. So, it's going to give you as much steam as you need, but it's going to be limited to a certain extent. So you might be limited in this month of how you can push your karmic path. And this is because you're in the second summer's month. So you get a second seeding of your products, or second seeding of your produce, or your fruits of your labor, or your karmic path and everything. So that which will start bearing fruits in your autumn and your winter. But it's not going to be as prolific as what you do in your spring. So, it's going to have certain limitations upon it. On petal 7, which is the super subconscious of how your guides help you to manifest this karmic path, you have that fixed air with that fixed water right in the middle of, yet again, that combining water and earth at the top of your petals. So it's very productive, still very productive within you. And at your base, that familiar earth and fire combination that you have. And that earth and that fire will give you that constant, because it's bringing it into you with that fire and giving you a solid base with that fixed earth. But as I said earlier on, the fire on the mutable water, it's going to give you limitations. There is certain limitations in your middle of your summer, simply because you've got to be concentrating on reseeding, on continuing your path that you should be on, and the plans that you've set out from your last year. And as you doing that, it's going to breed other plans. So if I was to grow tomatoes, do you eat the tomatoes in a salad, or do you make tomato sauce, or do you keep the seeds for the following year? It's those sort of things. It's the plans in between that needs to sort of come to the surface. And that sort of seems to be playing up on your physical side. If you do that, then you will have success throughout the year, even during your autumn period, which is those 3 months before your birthday, which start in it starts in March. So it's only 2 months away, but it starts in March. So everything starts slowing down at that point for you. So, and then you get into the retrospection on things. So it's good to have that second planted season, or second plans that come through, or development of existing plans, taking it to the next level. And if you do that, then obviously you will have those plans that flow all the way through the year, and will help you sort of get through those winter months when it's a little bit, and autumn months which are a little bit more sort of difficult. So the universe is trying to help you on your physical thing. Don't get too excited about all the fruits coming in, because you may get distracted. It's asking you to be a little bit concentrated and precise on what you're doing. Above that, you have petal 9, and at the base of the petal 9, you have that fixed earth and fixed fire, which you have that combination all the way through you, and it's very productive part of your life. So it's in your subconscious. So you're very good at calculating things, putting things into place, putting into processes and stuff like that. And in the middle of it, you've got the crossing air and fire, which is going to give you all that passion that you will need from the universe. It's there, it's lending it to you, so you don't have to produce it yourself, which will leave you a little bit more sort of space on the interior, where you have that crossing of that fire and that air just below petal 10, or to the right of petal 9, which will help you help you give the passion in your general everyday existence with everybody else. So when you go out with friends, you'll be passionate about going out for that meal. But the universe is actually sort of trying to bring those things in. So you might actually find that you get a lot more invites at the moment, things, to do, people being very chatty with you and what have you, and opening doors on your sort of passions and stuff like that. So on your karmic path at the moment, I think you should be very concentrated on the base of your petals. So concentrated on getting those second seedings out, those next level of the plans for the year. As we combine it in the two at the top, you've got that fixed air on that cardinal earth. So it's the universe is asking you to, yes, go ahead and do what you've got to do, but be clear in your thinking when you do it. You will be able to provide the passions for that everyday life that comes from within you. You will get enthralled by things and the activities that you do, the pastimes that you do, and it will provide and create those emotions which is in your cardinal water. And that will bring it up through the physical side of life and actually irrigate and nourish your spiritual side. That's the way it happens for Cancer. So if we look now at your inner petal, which is the petal 6, this is your inner sanctum. You have that fixed fire on the left-hand side, on the material side. So therefore, there is a wall of fire between your physical world and you don't allow it to mix into your emotional sort of world. And on the right-hand side, you have that mutable air and earth, which is a similar, you get that running through you, through your sign anyway. And that sort of like helps you to be a little bit, have a little bit of wiggle room in the spiritual side within you. But at the moment, and this is true for every single sign, you have that combining fire and water, which is the passion that you give for life and how much emotions that you put into it. And at the base of it, you have water and air, mutable again. But so it's where that comes back to that petal 4, where it's a little bit trying between the fire and the water, and a little bit give and take between the mutable air and mutable earth. And above it, that's where you've got to be careful of the emotions that are inside you. Allow them to just bubble out into the rest of you and make hay while the sun shines. So this is in your second month of your summer, and it should be good. You should feel very vibrant at the moment with the energies that have been coming through. There's been a lot of filament energies, which you would have seen on Cymatic TV, and also coronal holes. So, that's been giving your earth parts a lot of constructive vibrations. There has been a few solar eruptions, which is more sort of fire energy, but not so many. So we were supposed to get one, but it actually missed us. But if you want to know more about that, you go onto Cymatic TV. The link's in the description below. So for you, Cancer, at the moment, going through the season of Aquarius, it is a case of letting yourself go, letting yourself enjoy summer, but at the meantime, being mindful to the projects that you want to last throughout the year and start putting things into place so you can get those fruits at the beginning part of the physical summer in the northern hemisphere and the physical autumn in the southern hemisphere, and also running through your winter. So it's a game of two halves. The games of going out and playing for it, playing around and enjoying life, but at the same time also, when you're not doing that, being productive in your everyday existence. Okay, so don't forget, Cancer, life should be fun. Yeah, so please do enjoy.